I was dating somebody else.
Right.
And
football player?
A wrestler.
A wrestler?
A wrestler.
You dated a professional wrestler?
Yeah.
I mean, the fake
Monday
wrestler.
Night Raw, yeah.
Monday. You were dating a Monday Night... Was it Hulk Hogan?
It was Mick Foley. No, I'm just kidding.
Now, who was? Was it the Iron Sheik?
No, but he writes to me on Twitter sometimes. So
he does.
Yeah, he's incoherently babble about wanting to fuck me.
How did that get off my radar? You were dating a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
But I could...
I know. I feel like you. I'm like, what?
Was he a bright guy?
Yeah, he was so funny, so smart.
Was he
one
of these? Was he? I don't know who this guy is. He a muscular guy?
His real name is Nick Nemeth. His name is Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler
is his wrestling name.
But he's got to be muscle bound.
He was really strong, but he didn't look like a freakish.
When you went to bed with him, though, this was a very.
He was so in perfect shape. It didn't really feel like somebody's body to me. I don't need that much. It was sort of superfluous for me.
It's like almost, if you had $1 million, you'd be happy. You don't need $1 billion.
Yeah.
It's too much muscle, too much perfection.
Right. Like if you can see your feet, I'll fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. No, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't for me. The sex was too athletic.
Really?
Always.
Really?
Yeah, the first time I was like, oh, this is cool. No one's ever ragdolled me. He's spinning me like a globetrotter. I was like, oh my God.
Up and down.
I felt so petite. I was like, how can he find me? And,
he must be a big, powerful guy, right?
Yeah, he's really strong. But I mean,
The first time you went to bed with him, I understand what you're saying. In other words, there are some guys who can manhandle you and physically move you around.
Right.
To the point where they're plowing into you and fucking you. And
it was exciting.
What kind of crazy shit did he do? Because I would like to do some of this.
It wasn't that crazy, but it felt like we were wrestling.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And
lots of high action.
Yeah. But I mean, like that, there's a girl that will be so obsessed with him and psyched at all those events, but I wasn't the girl. But what happened was, we were together, we were dating for a couple months, and I was
How long did you hold out?
Me?
Till he got to bang you.
Oh, the first night he held my hand, he was inside me.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh my God.
You met him the first night and you fucked him.
Yeah.
Wow, you slut.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
I don't wait.
Games.
If I want to fuck someone, there's no
Good for you.
Let's wait. I mean, I just have to be allowed and single. I'm a monogamous slut.
I think you're terrific.
Thank you.
I love what you're saying. You know what? I don't believe in game playing either.
I don't have it in me.
So he holds you, where'd you meet this guy, a wrestler? I'm fascinated.
It was actually really sweet. I was supposed to perform in Phoenix, and I had food poisoning, so I had to cancel the show. I've never had to cancel a show like that. And so I was in the hospital. I was it was really bad.
You had diarrhea?
Oh, I had everything. Every whole, shit was coming out of my ears.
Oh,
I was just but I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be so skinny. This is ridiculously awesome.
Yeah, be like that.
Yeah, I was kind of half smiling in the hospital.
Right.
And he lives there, and he was going to come to the show, and I canceled. And he was writing, he has all these followers on Twitter.
Right.
And he was writing to me, but I just never really wrote back.
Right.
I was just who's I've never watched wrestling. I'm I don't understand. And then and he just kept writing, and then I wasn't following him. I didn't write back. He got all of his followers to tweet me to follow him.
Oh my God.
And I was and I finally follow him. I'm like, what do you want? Here I am. And he was just like, how are you? And then we just started emailing. It's being on the road all the time and alone. It's such a, we have the same sort of life.
Right.
So we had constant communication, which was awesome because it's all I wanted from the last guy.
Yeah, the last guy you broke up with would communicate with you.
Yeah, and we talked all the time, and it was really fun. And then we'd see each other, and it was exciting.
Is that the secret to holding on to a woman? Just pay attention to her, because when the guy first meets you, he pays so much attention to you, and you love it.
I think it's just the balance. If you pay too much attention,
then you're a loser.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this and talking about a little on stage, how when you meet someone, the way I'm wired, we're corrupt little girls. You sort of see how much shit a guy will put up with.
Right.
You test the waters, and if you can walk all over him, eventually you're just oh, I don't want to fuck you anymore.
Right.
But you need a guy that knows just when to tell you to shut up.
Right.
But not a second before or after. But just it's a balance.
It's
but
a
there's
finesse.
No answer. Yeah.
That's a very fine line.
You know what, then? Amy is right.
Do you do that too, Robin? Do you do that with guys? You're just let's see what kind of bullshit.
Both of you, shut up right now. See how it just works?
Oh my God, I love you.
Easy, I'm married.
Laughing,
I can't, that's right. You both loved it. All right, so you meet the wrestler after he's been. It sounds almost like he's stalking you in a sense.
Yeah, when I did just notice, it's oh, that's light stalking. But he was so hot. That's the thing.
Yeah.
When the guy's hot, it's not sexual harassment.
That's right.
Is he like the guy you dreamed of in high school? And like I mean, because he's like physically perfect and he's a big muscular guy.
I did not ever dream of this guy, but I was like, wow, what a nice surprise. You know, when you date someone, then you break up, you're like, oh my God, I'll never be in love again, and life sucks, and I'm never gonna have sex again.
Right.
And then this guy popped up, and I was like, oh my God, this is so fun. And I would like go to his events.
Where did you go on the first date?
He would fly and see me where I was performing.
So he came to a performance.
He came, yeah, we just hung out in Denver.
So you performed that night. You met. Then he said,
I performed, and then I performed.
Well, that's what I want to understand. What's the trajectory here? You perform, then you go to dinner with him. You say after the show, hey, let's go out to dinner. Mm-hmm. You eat dinner. Was it an expensive dinner or a romantic dinner?
No. I mean, I don't do this a lot. I've never done this before, so it was like a little uncomfortable. But as soon as I saw him, I was like, yes, because even if somebody's really hot, you see pictures, like that chemistry isn't. But I felt it with him.
You felt sexual. You were tingling.
Yes.
And were you nervous?
Yeah.
Because he's a man.
Yeah, and I'm like, he's so physically flawless.
Right.
Like what? And I Googled him. I see pictures of his ex-girlfriends. They're all Playboy, whatevers, and I'm just like, the fucking this Long Island girl is like, I hope you like a little bit of cellulite.
Did you get nervous being naked in front of a guy like that? I mean, honestly.
No, I feel really good naked.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you have cellulite?
Oh, yeah. I have a little cellulite. You can't,
backside?
It's not on my upper thighs.
On your upper thighs?
Yeah, but it's not bad. It's not gross. I don't feel embarrassed.
But when you're with a guy like that, do you dim the lights?
No. I watch porn like I'm just like, I don't think guys really give a shit. Yeah, I don't think a guy would ever see a little cellulite and be any less attracted to someone. If a girl's like feels good about herself, I just don't think it matters.
Yeah, believe me, I take off my glasses. I can't see cellulite. I'm almost blind as a bat.
You get blindfolded.
Yeah, I'm like,
I usually put a blindfold or an eye patch on a man.
So with the wrestlers, you go to dinner with them, and then and like you just like start making out with them at dinner.
No, we like didn't kiss till we were back, and I wanted to keep hanging out with him, and I felt safe, and it didn't feel like I like it to be my idea when I hook up with someone. Like I didn't feel, if I feel like a guy's trying to get something from me, I'm just like, yikes.
Right.
But he was just smart and like just sort of laid low, and we were like, okay, let's not hook up. We're not going to hook up with each other. Oh, that's the best. When it's all this anticipation, and then like you say to him, let's go back to your hotel room and just hang out. Yeah, like, let's just, like, watch TV. Hey, that's perfect. No one's watching TV. No, I watching could not TV, tell it's you. Over. I could not tell you what was on. So you go back to the room. He puts on the TV? Somebody put on the TV. And then 2 seconds later, he's kissing you and he's fingering you, right? No, it was like, I think we turned off the light. We were like, okay, let's go to sleep. And I was like, oh my God, I might actually, for the first time, not fuck someone immediately. Right. And then, but we'd been talking and emailing and Skyping for months. You felt like you knew him, yeah. Yeah, and I was psyched that I wanted to have sex with him. So yeah, so we had sex. No kidding. Mm-hmm. And was he much bigger than this guy you're with now? Physically? No. Penis-wise? No, Anthony's body feels like home to me. But who's got a bigger penis? I'm not sure. The wrestler? No. You weren't frightened of his penis? No.